this count as like advertisement if I'm drinking it in a video? I just want to put in shameless plug for the new tea infusions. I just got off work. This is my second one today. I just kind of mix it all together and drink it. Bomb, y'all. Hey everyone, I'm back and welcome back to Ayanna. So today I wanted to talk about 5 misconceptions about ASL, because as I had mentioned before in my previous video, I am an ASL major, and it's really interesting because these are just things that I've learned. I am in no way an expert on this stuff, okay? Like, disclaimer, not an expert. This has just been either my experience or things that I've heard. So let's get it. Okay, number 1. ASL is universal. Wrong, okay? ASL is not universal. ASL stands for American Sign Language, and so that's what it means. American Sign Language is mainly used here in the North America, so in the United States and parts of Canada. And that's it. Like, if I leave this country and I try to go travel and meet deaf people at another country, I'm useless. I am in the same situation as if it was a spoken language. In different regions, you can go to Africa and each country has its own sign language because our cultures are different. I cannot say that American culture is the same as African culture, or European culture is different, and so we interpret the world to be different, and so visually these signs look different. I've ranked them from understandable misconception to, like, I don't know, I think it's kind of, some are like a little ridiculous. Number 2, deaf people are quiet. No, okay? I've heard this one before. People have been like, oh, how do you know that they're upset, or how do you know that they're having a good time? I'm like, what do you mean? How do I know that you're having it? It's, body language is such a huge communicator, and in ASL and in the sign language community, that's just highlighted, it's just emphasized. You pay a lot more attention to it. You may not even notice how much you pay attention to body language as a hearing person, and how much you are in tune with, even like, think about your best friend or people that you know really well. You know when something's wrong with them, even if they're not speaking, or if you know that they are enjoying something just by like the way their face lights up. And it's the same thing in ASL, but deaf people are not quiet, y'all. Let me tell you, they're so social. Deaf people are people. They have personalities, and there's extroverts, there's introverts, there's more conservative, and there's more liberal. They're people. And in no way is the classroom quiet. They laugh and they joke, and it's literally the same thing, like, as you would think. In a way, our classrooms, the classroom setting with deaf culture is a lot more social than when I am in my hearing or GE classes. It's a whole different ball game. I walk into class, my ASL classes, knowing that I'm gonna be more interactive with our discussions. We have way more discussions. We are very interactive as a class with each other. Like, I know more names of my classmates in my ASL classes than I did in my GE classes, and we're definitely not quiet, or they're not even quiet. So that's definitely a common misconception that happens a lot, and it's, again, understandable. Like, I can understand you would think that, oh, because they're not using their voice, that they're just silent all the time. Common misconception number 3. Deafness is hearing loss. Whew. If you are a deaf person, there is a community based around people who are deaf. There is friends, there is connections. As hearing people, in myself included, I'm not excluding myself from any of this at all. But as a hearing person, I know that there is a time period of just struggle of trying to a fit in, and usually like middle school and high school age, but like you're fitting in and you're trying to be normal and like not stand out too much and not be too unique and just fit this mold or this standardized way. And then as you get older, you realize that that's tiresome and that's like way too hard to try to meet standards for somebody who like that may never be enough. In a lot of ways, sorry, I'm getting like super deep in this, but if you think about it, deaf community provides a home, and then it provides a family of sorts, because you can relate to experiences that other people don't have. And so it's literally like a culture within a culture. And I think that's amazing because they automatically, like any deaf person that sees another deaf person, they instantly connect and they instantly are like, oh my gosh, let's trade information and trade stories, and it's great. And I think it's a wonderful, wonderful environment to be included in because it's not exclusive to how they might feel in the hearing world a lot of the time. So deafness is not hearing loss. How I've heard it referred to is deaf gain. You gain a community, and then you also gain an identity. I think, again, going back to like middle school, high school, like we struggle with being like, who am I? What do I want to be? How do I want others to see me? They become proud to be deaf, they become confident and reassured that this is where they belong. And I love that. And I love that they can claim that as their own, and the struggle of, again, like trying to fit in is gone because of that. Common misconception number 4. Yeah, we're on 4, right? Deaf people can't drive. What? And this guy legitimately was asking me, a non-deaf person, which is a whole nother thing, if deaf people could drive. And I was like, yeah, why wouldn't they be able to, and he had brought up concerns about like, safety, and like, what if they don't see this, or what if this happens and then they can't, like, okay, 2 things about that. One, driving is a majority visual thing. There is lights, there are people crossing, there's people merging in your lanes, you are scanning, you can pay attention to that. 2, half of the people out there, like, no shade, but people can't drive. Like, in a way, deaf people are almost safer drivers because they have to be a lot more alert about driving. So anyways, it's just that, let me just, yeah. What, I don't know. I don't think I understand that one, because what would be the difference in some of these other bad drivers that are out here that aren't looking, that aren't paying attention, that aren't even listening for anything around them? So throw that out the window, okay? Common misconception number 5. Oh, deaf people can't enjoy music. Okay, you know what? I'm not gonna say that this is the most ridiculous one, because it is understandable. Now, if you have ever been to a deaf social event, if you ever go anywhere where there is more than like 2 deaf people, okay, this misconception will be shot down right as you, not even when you walk in the door, like before you get to the door, because you will hearing is almost a disadvantage, because you will hear the music from like 50 feet away, like before you get there, and it's just like boom, boom, because deaf people can feel it. Like, you feel the music as well. Like, and if you've ever been to a concert, you know what I'm talking about when you feel it in your chest and you're just like, this is it. Like that is part of the enjoyment of music for deaf people. I think it's kind of cool too, because you are almost forced to use sign language in those environments. Like, you can't talk over the music. It is loud as all get up, and there is, like, I personally am like, I don't even know why I'm gonna try to use my voice in here, because you can't. But it's so much fun. It's so great just to really get out there and like be a part of that, but deaf people enjoy music. We did it. Those are the 5 ASL misconceptions. Really big goal of mine in this is to be able to connect to the deaf community, to raise awareness for the deaf community, and to really help continue to be a bridge. I really hope that in making this video, it helps in some way break some common jarble, that it helps to really educate. I love educating communities about this community. It is really close to my heart. Honestly, I will like nerd out about this stuff. If you like these, let me know. Like, comment, and subscribe below. Ooh, you like that? That is all I have for you guys. I will see you in the next one. Bye.